all you meddling kids? It's your girl Pammy Chanel back with another video, and I'm going to get right into it. They are finally going to release a documentary on the craziness, the Holly weirdness of Nickelodeon, and I want to say Disney as well, but I'm 100% sure this is a documentary is about Nickelodeon and the infamous Dan Schneider, who, if you do not know who he is, was a creator and a producer of some of the biggest Nickelodeon teen shows that were out. iCarly, Kenan and Kel, all that. You know, they had the whole Snyder Bakery. I think that's what it was called. Now, my first introduction to Dan Schneider was not through any of those shows. It was actually because when I was a little girl, there was a show called Head of the Class, and he was on that show, as well as there is a John Cusack movie called Better Off Dead, and he played the awkward, kind of big, crazy, creepy guy, which if you go back and watch that movie, which I highly suggest you do, it's kind of ironic that he now has these type of allegations against him, and in the movie he was really creepy to the little French student that was from abroad. So the name of the documentary is Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, and it's going to be coming out on March 17th in a 4-part documentary, and you can watch it on Max or you can watch it on the ID channel. And some of the key people who are going to be involved in this documentary are Alexa Nichols, Giovanni Samuels, Kyle Sullivan, Brian Hearn, Mark freaking Summers, y'all. Mark Summers, Double Dare, and Christy Stratton, and a lot more. Like, mind is blown. I'm wondering what in the heck is Mark Summers going to tell? What kind of tea is he going to spill? And like I said, I'm very excited for this documentary. It is a long time coming because we are constantly looking at what happens to adults in Hollywood and how they come out kind of crazy. What is going on with the kids? And now we're in this new generation of, okay, your child may not be on Nickelodeon. I no longer have to go through these people, but I'm also posting my children constantly on TikTok, or I'm posting them on YouTube, doing family channels. What kind of effects are these things having on our youth? Now, granted, by doing social media with your family, the abusers still tend to be at home. And I always question parents who allow their children to be part of Hollywood. Why are you leaving your kids with strangers? These people are strangers. They do not know you. They do not know your child, and they really cannot be trusted. And I think that the lure of money and fame is so much more important to the parent at that stage than the well-being of their kids. I think of Macaulay Culkin. If you go back and you look at his story, he really was the breadwinner of his family. And that led to a lot of his childhood being taken away and a lot of the abuse. We could say the same thing about Michael Jackson. He was the breadwinner, or him and his brothers were the breadwinners of their family. So it was very, very easy for them to be manipulated and for them to work when they really didn't want to work. And it does make sense to see how he turned out as an adult, always wanting to have, fun as a child, because he never got to experience a true childhood. We can bring it back to Aaliyah. When Aaliyah was young, she was about my age, and being left alone with R. Kelly, and he's a grown town man, it makes me question what some of these parents who want their children to be so successful in Hollywood, what they are willing to give up in order for their children to have that fame and that fortune. And I hope that who I would like to see in this documentary, I would love to see Amanda Bynes in this documentary. Like, that would be the cream of the crop, to see Amanda Bynes in that documentary, because I don't think that girl went loco for nothing. Something happened to her during that time period to make her snap. And I think that her years at Nickelodeon pretty much made a big impact on her mental health. That's what I think. And also, if you're someone like me, especially around like the 2010s, and you were reading the blind items, there were so many blind items about all of these Dan Schneider shows and all of these allegations. You know, there's a big allegation going around, and I'm not going to speak on that because I really don't think it's true. I'm always going to side at it, but I don't think it's true. But it's a lot of stuff out there that is about him. And of course, this is all alleged. But as far as how he treated his young stars, it's alleged that he was very, very cruel to them. And when you go back as an adult and you watch some of these shows, you can tell the innuendos that were in them. And granted, a lot of times they'll put innuendos in kids shows because they assume that parents are watching it with them. But 9 times out of 10, parents are not watching the shows with their kids. They just are not. Anyway, tell me what you think about this documentary, guys. Are you as excited as I am? Do you guys want to try to do like a watch party or something like that? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stay nosy and stay meddling. Bye, guys.